They're out there to win. Sometimes it pours and rains, but it doesn't the spirit of the Melbourne women. Nothing dampens them. They've got the umbrellas to match. And that's where the mini started. The model's name was Jean Shrimpton, and I was doing her hair. We were wearing longer dresses, and she had it about 2 inches above her knee, and they started, "It's the mini." It started at the Melbourne Cup, and Jean Shrimpton introduced the mini to Australia. Really and truly, there's no place like the Melbourne Cup. It can't get anything else but bigger and better.
And it will continue to be the leading handicap staying race in the world, which is what it is right now.
I've never been to a Melbourne Cup. That's one of those things on my to-do list. Now, Hussein Valamanesh migrated to Australia from Iran in 1973 and he's become one of Australia's best-known contemporary artists. Using many natural materials, he and his wife Angela create art that is influenced by nature.
In general, I describe myself a visual artist, but meaning that I work in all different materials and methods of art making which relates to the visual arts. And I was always taught I would like to be a painter. But when I studied again in Australia in mid to late 70s, I realized my interest lied in other areas of working with slightly three-dimensional surfaces and also materials. My interest in visual arts really started from childhood, around early years of high school, when I realized I could draw and I would enjoy when I was doing some drawing or painting. And towards the middle of my high school, I had the opportunity to go and study visual arts in a secondary level art school in Tehran. After that, I had to spend some time in Iran to do my national service, and I had the opportunity to immigrate to Australia in '73. For me, the main inspiration, beside my own emotional kind of content of my thoughts, is the actual nature itself and how the relationship I make with nature, and in certain materiality of nature I also inspired, but also the way its beauty and aesthetics is determined by the need to survival and the way the trees grow, the way the flowers become beautiful. What do you reckon?
I think so.
This one or that one? The process of making art, of course, differs with different kinds of work I do. But for example, the works on paper, which I've been doing for at least 5 or 6 years now, and they're very meditative and very quiet pieces. I normally collect materials with bit in the streets or in the bush, depends where I am traveling in life and physically. We have our own individual practice, which we exhibit and work on by ourselves, but Angela and I have collaborated about since 12 years. We started working on some major public art project.
The public project that we're working together on at the moment, that we hope is near completion, is on North Terrace in front of the museum in Adelaide, and it's a water feature. Hopefully a lot of interaction between the passing public.
So sympathy and understanding that hopefully we both have for each other's space, and the process of creative work, and at times frustration or joy of it. You're sometimes just so excited that some people think around you you're going a bit crazy. But that understanding, I think it's really great, and it would have been very hard if, for example, my partner did not appreciate what I was doing. In that sense, it's really great. And then from this particular stage of the general playing around with the petals or the leaves, in this particular case the petals of this native pea flowers. Then I will try to measure a general kind of size of these things and give it some kind of a order or pattern. In a way, I feel like that geometry is where man meets nature. I mean, we always like order and we like having things to certain pattern, but by bringing these two sort of not opposing but sort of complementary elements of nature and order, of man-made order together, I think where I create this kind of intriguing patterns and visual intrigue. The work is created here in the studio, and it really becomes alive when public look at it and when it's exhibited. And what I hope that they take away